A new documentary finds that those anxieties are especially high in some of Russia's neighbors on the Baltic Sea, Estonia, Finland, and Sweden.
Every day we are working to get this message over to Russia that even if you try, we will make you pay.
As Narva, Estonia's predominantly Russian-speaking border city of 53,000, sits just 84 miles from St. Petersburg, it has become the focal point of intensive Estonian and NATO preparations for a potential Russian invasion, transforming this easternmost frontier into a literal fortress. Facing a resurgent Russia, Estonia is investing over 3.2% of its GDP, more than 1.3 billion euros annually, into a total defense strategy. This involves hundreds of bunkers, advanced missile systems, and mass citizen mobilization. What are the specifics of this formidable defensive line? How is this perceived by Moscow and NATO? And what does Narva's transformation mean for Baltic security and the risk of direct confrontation? The price of security. Estonia has long been wary of its giant eastern neighbor, a concern that has escalated dramatically since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Now, Tallinn is not just talking. It's acting with unprecedented urgency. Our independence is not negotiable, and our preparedness will reflect that. Sources within the Estonian Defense Ministry have reportedly emphasized a sentiment echoed in numerous public statements. This is backed by cold, hard cash. Estonia's defense budget for 2025, as confirmed by NATO estimates and Estonian government reports, stands at approximately 3.2% of its GDP, a figure translating to over 1.3 billion euros, given a GDP of around 40 billion euros. This places Estonia among the top NATO spenders by GDP percentage, alongside nations like Poland and the US, a significant economic commitment. This isn't just about meeting NATO targets, it's about national survival. The core of this survival strategy is Estonia's Total Defense Doctrine, or Laia Riigikaitse. This isn't just military jargon, it's a societal commitment. Estonian Ministry of Defense plans aim for a wartime strength of approximately 50,000 personnel, a massive figure drawing from its professional force of around 7,700, including conscripts, its extensively conscript-trained reserves, numbering around 30,000, and the crucial Volunteer Defense League, the Kaitse Elite. As of its 2024 annual report, the Kaitse Elite boasts approximately 18,000 active members, ordinary citizens, teachers, IT specialists, farmers, trained in territorial defense and guerrilla tactics, as evidenced in large-scale exercises like SEAL, Hedgehog, 2024. Every Estonian who can contribute to defense will contribute. This is our land, and we will defend every inch of it, is a common refrain heard from Kaitse Elite unit commanders during public exercises. This determination is being etched into the landscape itself. The Baltic Defense Line, a monumental project undertaken with Latvia and Lithuania, is taking shape. Estonia's section, as reported by ERR News in October 2024, involves a planned network of approximately 600 bunkers along its 183-mile eastern border, with initial construction having commenced in 2024. By early 2025, progress is visible. The first series of modular bunkers in the Narva sector and southeast Estonia are now in place, with interlocking fields of fire and integrated sensor networks, match statements from the Estonian Center for Defense Investment, ECDI, in late 2024. These aren't just holes in the ground. Each bunker, with ECDI estimates suggesting costs in the range of 50,000 to 100,000 euros per unit, depending on specifications, is designed to protect a squad from artillery up to 152mm caliber and allow them to engage advancing forces. While precise total costs for Estonia's portion of the Baltic Defense Line are still evolving, the ECDI's initial 2024 budget allocated 60 million euros, with projections for significantly higher expenditure over the coming years. Alongside bunkers, the plans definitively include Dragon's Teeth, anti-tank obstacles, command-detonated minefields, compliant with the Ottawa Treaty, and extensive surveillance systems, as outlined in ECDI briefings. The message to Moscow: any incursion will face immediate, organized, and punishing resistance from the first meter. Estonia's upgraded arsenal. But bunkers alone don't win wars. Estonia is on an arms shopping spree, prioritizing firepower and advanced technology. We are acquiring capabilities that give us a qualitative edge, even if we are outnumbered, stated the Estonian Chief of Defense, General Martin Herem, in multiple public appearances throughout 2024. Key procurements confirmed by EDF and defense news outlets include artillery, the 24 K9 KAU, 155mm self-propelled howitzers are fully operational with the 1st Infantry Brigade. More significantly, the first of 6 HIMARS rocket artillery systems were ordered, with deliveries commencing in 2024 as reported by Defense News. These systems are confirmed for GMLRS rockets range over 43 miles. The acquisition of longer-range ATACMS remains unconfirmed by official sources as of early 2025. HIMARS changes the calculus. It gives us the ability to strike high-value targets deep behind enemy lines, commented a Tallinn-based defense analyst to Baltic media. Armored vehicles, the fleet of 44 CV-9035EE infantry fighting vehicles provides mobile, protected firepower. Estonia also began receiving new Patria 6x6 armored personnel carriers in 2024, according to a Patria press release, enhancing the mobility and protection of its infantry units. Anti-tank, layered defenses with FGM-148 Javelin, Spike, including the newer Spike SR for platoon-level use, and Carl Gustaf M4 systems are being deployed extensively, as detailed in EDF procurement reports. Every platoon will have the means to destroy modern tanks, is the reported mantra from training doctrines. Air defense, Polish Piorin. Man-pads are effective up to an altitude of approximately 4 miles, or, in French Mistral systems, which range up to 4.6 miles, are operational. Estonia joined the European Sky Shield Initiative in 2023 and has expressed strong interest in medium-range systems like Iris TSLM, range 25 miles. However, as of May 2025, finalized contracts for this specific system layer remain pending, according to Jane's Defense Weekly. As one Estonian MP put it in a parliamentary debate, closing our airspace to threats is as vital as securing our land border. Naval Deterrence, the Blue Spear land-to-sea missile systems, with an approximate 180-mile range, became operational in 2024 as reported by Naval News, providing Estonia with a potent anti-ship capability in the Gulf of Finland. This national effort is backstopped by NATO, the UK-led Enhanced Forward Presence Battle Group in Tapa, with troop numbers fluctuating between 1,400 to 1,600 according to NATO and UK MOD figures, fields Challenger 2 tanks and Warrior IFVs, and includes significant French and Danish contingents. An attack on Estonia is an attack on the UK, on France, on Denmark, on all of NATO, a British officer with the EFP stated unequivocally during Exercise Springstorm 2024. NATO's new force model, aiming for over 300,000 troops at high readiness, as per the 2022 Madrid summit, includes specific units like Germany's Panzer Brigade, 42 pre-assigned for Lithuanian defense, indicative of regional planning. But the critical question remains: how fast can these forces actually arrive in a Narva crisis, especially if Russia employs A2AD capabilities from Kaliningrad, a concern well documented by analysts at RAND and the Warsaw Institute, to disrupt deployment. Kremlin-watching analysts frequently point to the gap between political promises of reinforcement and the logistical realities of moving heavy brigades across contested territory. Moscow's gaze, Russia's view and military posture? And what of Russia's view? Official Moscow, through outlets like TASS, consistently portrays these Estonian and NATO preparations as provocative. The continued militarization of the Baltic states forces Russia to take appropriate countermeasures to ensure its own security. A Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson reiterated in a statement in January 2025, the Western Military District, despite losses in Ukraine, is undergoing reconstitution, with the Institute for the Study of War noting a focus on armored units and missile systems. Intelligence reports confirm Iskander-M systems deployed in Kaliningrad and near the Estonian border, capable of striking targets across the Baltics. The real fear for many in Narva, however, isn't necessarily a column of Russian tanks rolling across the Friendship Bridge. It's the insidious threat of hybrid warfare. A crisis here might not start with an explosion, but with a blackout, a cyber attack crippling local government, or spontaneous unrest by a few dozen provocateurs, confided a local Estonian journalist in Narva to international media. This is where Narva's demographic becomes a complex factor. While loyalty among the vast majority of Russian speakers is generally high, as studies by a Tallinn-based think tank like ICDS suggest, Estonian Security Service Kapo's 2024 annual report regularly warns of Russian intelligence efforts to exploit grievances or sue dissent. We see constant attempts to use information as a weapon, to divide our society. Our response involves strengthening media literacy and ensuring all our residents feel part of Estonia. An official from the Estonian Government Office for Strategic Communication stated, "Resilience on the geopolitical frontier." The economic impact on Narva is also palpable. Once a beneficiary of cross-border trade and Russian tourism, the city's economy has suffered, as reported by Baltic News Network. Sanctions, border closures, and the general climate of fear have hit local businesses hard, noted a Narva City Council representative in a 2024 interview. While state investment in defense infrastructure brings some contracts, it doesn't fully replace what's been lost. Estonia's 2024 to 2030 Regional Development Plan for Ida-Viru County, including Narva, aims to address these challenges, though its implementation and effects are ongoing. On paper, the Porcupine strategy, as termed by Foreign Policy magazine, is robust: a hardened border, modern weaponry, a mobilized population, and NATO backing. But modern warfare is unpredictable. Could Estonia's defenses withstand a determined, multi-pronged Russian assault, even for the critical 72 to 96 hours often cited by CSIS analysts as necessary for significant NATO forces to engage? Will NATO's political decision-making be swift enough in an ambiguous hybrid scenario designed to sow confusion and delay, a key concern raised by the ICDS? The biggest challenge isn't just military, it's maintaining societal cohesion and political will across the alliance if things get very difficult, very quickly, observed a senior researcher at the International Center for Defense and Security in Tallinn. Estonia is doing almost everything a small frontline state can do. Its leaders believe that by demonstrating unwavering resolve and credible defense capability, they can deter aggression. We do not seek conflict, but we will not be intimidated. Our message is clear. The cost of attacking Estonia will be unacceptably high, the Estonian Prime Minister stated in a New Year's address for 2025. The coming months and years will test that resolve. Narva isn't just a city on a map. It's a symbol of a new, more dangerous era in European security. The old rules of engagement seem to be fraying, and new ones are being written in concrete, steel, and the unwavering determination of nations like Estonia. Can Estonia's hardened posture and societal resilience effectively deter aggression in this new era? Or do underlying vulnerabilities present an ongoing risk of confrontation? Drop your thoughts below. Subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and turn on notifications for more deep dives into critical geopolitical issues. Thank you for watching.